Before we continue with the next main functions in Focus, we have to talk about the concept of seed number. And as usual, I prepared a little presentation, so let's have a look onto my screen. Good, what is now the so-called seed number? Maybe you remember the beginning of this video course when we had a look onto the process of AI image generation with Stable Diffusion, and there we learned that randomness plays a big and important role in enabling variation and creativity. A random number generator produces a random number, and this defines the starting point for image generation. And this is called the seed number, or simply seed. So whenever I talk about the seed or seed number, this is what I mean. And in this process, as we saw it earlier in the course, the seed number defines this random noise at the beginning of the image generation process. And when we use the same seed number, this first image would look the same even though we generate another image. And if we use different seed numbers, yes, the first image would look different. And it sounds maybe a little bit complicated now, but you will see during the course that the application of that concept is super simple. Just keep in mind that the same seed number means that the process starts from the same starting point. So when we use the same seed number, we would basically start with the same random noise at the beginning of this generation process. And I tried to put it this way. If we use the same seed number, same prompt, same parameter, we get the exact same result. So we could basically just create 2 times the exact same image. When we have the same seed number, same parameters, but a different prompt, this will result in a slightly different image in the end. And if we have a different seed number, same parameters, and a different prompt, then we get a completely different image. But no worries, normally we always work with a random seed number, so we get a completely different image anytime an image is generated. Only when we need the exact same seed number in certain situations, we have to do something, because the default is randomness. And no worries, this sounds complicated, but you will see it's actually not. And how it works in the practical application, we will see now in Focus. So here I'm at the starting screen of Focus, and where do we find the seed number? We go to Advanced Settings, and then here you see a little box that normally is checked. So this is the default, and the default is random. So that means whenever a new image is generated, it's generated with a new random seed number. And this enables different images anytime we create an image. But sometimes we don't want that. We want to work with the same seed number to achieve a very similar result. And in that case, we just have to uncheck that box. And then we can select the seed number. And the default at the beginning is always 0. But whenever we create images, there will be other seed numbers. And in case we need the same seed number, we just have to uncheck that box, check which seed number stands right in that field, and then we can decide if we want to use the same seed number or another one. All right, this is just some general information about the seed number, which we will use in the next lection. We use that for upscale and variation. So I just wanted to make sure you have this information about it before we dive into that function.